It appears Anthony Edwards could be transitioning from the basketball court to a different kind of hustle. That's the buzz online after allegations surfaced that he recently forked over more than $1 million in child support. As if that wasn't shocking enough, the mother of his child is revealing a ton of details that have everyone talking. With court battles, chaotic messages, and a narrative that's pulled social media into a whirlwind of theories, you have to wonder, what's the real story behind this? Let's dissect this completely. Anthony Edwards has secured a whopping $1 million in child support. Many are convinced that the Timberwolves star is dealing with money issues. This speculation originates from a widespread rumor suggesting he paid an astonishing $1 million in child support. Reportedly, the chatter is that he forked over an unbelievable $1,080,000 upfront to his former girlfriend, Aisha Howard. Is any of this actually accurate? The narrative took off on March 31st, 2025, when a user named Princess M___ shared a post on X, alleging that Edwards intended to settle 18 years of child support upfront. This single post attracted over 1.3 million views. The speculation escalated on April 1st, 2025, when another user, Chioka Jockett, made a post that soared to an astonishing 47 million views. It asserted that NBA star Anthony Edwards made a groundbreaking decision by paying $1 million and $80,000 in child support all at once, fulfilling 18 years of obligations. It's $5,000 each month, but he opted to pay it all in one go. The message is unambiguous. Don't reach out to me for the next 18 years. This announcement struck a chord with many, illustrating a prosperous athlete making a wise monetary choice while clearly setting limits for his future responsibilities. This sentiment resonated deeply with fans and onlookers, who deemed the decision both clever and straightforward. By April 2nd, 2025, the buzz had surged exponentially, with another former account at Daily Loud disseminating the news to millions, amassing over 10 million views. The rumor was escalating rapidly, each new update intensifying the situation further, but it didn't end there. The narrative evolved, with some sources suggesting that Aisha Howard had supposedly declared bankruptcy after getting a one-time child support payment. This twist captivated even more interest, culminating in about 250,000 views on one particular post discussing the alleged bankruptcy. Reactions on social media were varied, but mainly revolved around disbelief, amusement, and conjecture. On X, users were posting memes and voicing their astonishment regarding the rumored payment figure. A humorous remark emerged, playfully suggesting twins would be welcome, which lightly touched upon the hefty sum involved. On Reddit, the conversation shifted to a more critical analysis, as users began to scrutinize the credibility of the figure presented. Some expressed astonishment at the stated amount, with remarks like, "Is that really it? I know individuals paying $2 to $3K monthly on less than $90K, certainly nowhere near that $42 million annual figure," indicating that the reported figure might seem relatively minor compared to Edwards' high earnings. Meanwhile, other users voiced compassion for the child caught in the scenario, with comments such as, "I feel for the baby, realizing your father is unwilling to see you is truly heartbreaking," underlining the emotional ramifications that overshadow the financial side of the story. Instagram users appear to prioritize the entertainment aspect of the unfolding story, with many making light of the situation and Edwards' purported attempts to steer clear of Howard or their child. The variety of reactions on different platforms highlights the distinct ways the same narrative can be interpreted and talked about, influenced by the social media context. The allure of this rumor was amplified by its connection to Edwards' ongoing paternity challenges that had already drawn public attention. The Minnesota Timberwolves standout had faced various paternity issues, rendering this latest twist believable to those invested in his personal affairs. In a broader frame, Anthony Edwards recently secured a 5-year contract extension worth $244,623,120 with the Timberwolves, averaging an impressive annual salary of $48,924,624. For the 2024-25 season, his starting salary is $42 million, plus $176,400, positioning him among the NBA's top earners. By 2025, his net worth is projected at $40 million, meaning a payment of $1 million, $80,000, although significant, would only be a minor part of his total wealth. Considering these financial aspects, the suggestion that Edwards might easily handle such a large payment seemed credible to many observers. The amount of $1 million, $80,000 translates to roughly $5,000 a month over 18 years, a sum many deem manageable for a player of Edwards' stature. However, similar to many sensational stories, deeper complexities lay hidden beneath the surface, as the social media narrative was based on a perspective that would soon face scrutiny from those directly impacted. As the speculation intensified, community notes on X started surfacing, questioning the validity of the assertions and referencing more reliable sources. These notes acted as a preliminary alert that the viral narrative might not be fully accurate. A reality check was delivered when Aisha Howard confronted the circulating rumors regarding her and Edwards in an exclusive comment to the Shade Room on April 2nd, 2025. Howard firmly refuted the allegations about the lump sum payment, with her statement being unequivocal. There are no court documents, motions, or legal actions involved, nor have I been proposed or accepted any such arrangements. This unmistakable rejection from a key participant in the matter raised serious questions regarding the authenticity of the trending allegations. Howard additionally used her Instagram story to tackle the gossip, asking, "Where do these narratives even originate?" She infused a bit of humor into her reply, stating, "You ever stumble upon a rumor about yourself and just find it so unbelievable that you're curious about what happens next?" This reaction highlighted Howard's evident confusion over the tales being told about her and Edwards. Numerous credible outlets swiftly reacted to Howard's refutation and took steps to clarify the situation. In essence, Sports, Complex, and People magazine all released pieces affirming that the allegation was unfounded, lacking any proof of a $1,080,000 advance. However, Howard's denial did little to quell the spread of the rumor. On social media, once a narrative gains traction, even the truth finds it difficult to keep pace. The initial post had already gone viral, and the momentum proved too powerful. People continued to circulate, speculate, and disseminate the narrative, even with contradictory evidence emerging. To truly grasp the situation, it's important to note that, after these discussions, Edwards severed all forms of communication, cutting off contact completely during her pregnancy. She has also claimed that throughout this time, Edwards offered no emotional, financial, or any other type of support and never checked in on her well-being. Despite these obstacles, Howard chose to continue the pregnancy and welcomed their daughter, Aubrey Summers Howard, on October 14, 2024. While the arrival of their child didn't immediately ease the strain between Howard and Edwards, it did lead to legal proceedings. In October 2024, Edwards initiated a paternity lawsuit in Georgia, seeking a DNA test to confirm his fatherhood and secure child support for Aubrey Summers. This action marked a crucial moment as it formally recognized his possible paternity and the obligations that came with it. A genetic test performed in December 2024 affirmed Edwards as Aubrey Summers' father. With this confirmation, the focus of the legal case shifted from establishing paternity to negotiating suitable child support and custody terms. However, the situation evolved again when Howard sought to move the case to California in February 2025, challenging Edwards' Georgia filing. Howard pointed to her rooted existence in California and worries about safety as grounds for the shift in jurisdiction. This clash over jurisdiction further complicated an already intricate scenario. Edwards contended that Georgia was the rightful venue for the case, alleging that Howard had engaged in misleading behavior. The exchanges between both sides underscored the adversarial essence of their rapport and the difficulties in settling their disputes. Amidst these legal confrontations, media personalities and notable figures entered the conversation, sharing their views on the evolving situation. During the late-night segment, hosts Ocho and Shannon Sharp expressed their views on Edwards' take on being a dad. It's a challenge because he seems conflicted. Reports suggest he wasn't eager for fatherhood, rather than feeling obligated, to engage with his kids. So, my advice would be, take a moment, chill out, right? You're feeling frustrated at the moment because your intention wasn't to commit to her. You were merely enjoying the moment. Indeed. And sometimes, when you indulge, consequences follow. Ocho shared his thoughts too. Look, this is a tough situation. Some arrangements can fall apart. I know Aunt Verwell well. She's a close friend, and it's truly an unfortunate scenario. We each have our own ways of functioning. I can only empathize with him from the standpoint of someone in an official role. As you know, I prefer to follow conventional paths. These public dialogues brought a new layer to the narrative, illustrating how Edwards' personal circumstances sparked wider societal discussions on accountability, parenthood, and the repercussions of individual choices. During the Joe Biden podcast, the host touched on Edwards' alleged choice to waive custody of his daughter. According to sources, and I use that term loosely, Say Cheese is conveying this. Anthony Edwards, I think via Say Cheese, apparently has expressed a desire to relinquish visitation. It's claimed that he has submitted a motion indicating he wishes to forego visitation or custody rights regarding his 4-month-old daughter without any arrangement. Oof, that's tough. What was everyone's viewpoint? One facilitator shared their thoughts. Age is irrelevant to me. I mean, come on, we understand how to create a child. And when you choose to engage in that, you must accept the consequences that follow. Opting to simply turn your back seems to me a sign of weakness and immaturity. That's my perspective. Others may disagree, but my views on parenting diverge. These public conversations highlight wider societal issues regarding the duties of a parent and how a father's absence can affect a child's upbringing. Complicating matters further are the influences of one's background and previous relationships. Howard is the mother of a 9-year-old son named Jason, whom she shares with rapper Lil Baby. This association with such a well-known artist has prompted speculation about her intentions regarding her relationship with Edwards, as some suggest she may be after financial benefits. Howard has tackled these accusations directly in a recent social media post. Furthermore, I've recognized that there are specific claims that I will never address with you all. I entered this scenario with my status tied to having a child with a prominent artist, correct? Since that time, I have been seen as a specific kind of woman due to my looks and physique. Typically, women with these traits draw in a particular level of men, which isn't my doing. That's when she brought up the obvious issue, the gold digger stereotype. Now, as I find myself in another scenario with a child from another accomplished man, I can't deny the gold digger assumptions. Honestly, it does little to dispel those claims. What really gets under my skin is seeing remarks like, "You're just after his money," or "You only had the baby for financial gain." Howard didn't merely stand up for herself. She turned the tables and responded with some genuine truth. Many weren't expecting that. Imagine if I visited your old profiles, right? I looked at the fathers of your children and contrasted them with the ones I chose. And I thought, wow, you really went for the low end when you selected him as your child's dad. Really, girl? Oh, held on to that baby just to snag some extra tax benefits, huh? Or perhaps you saved that baby for a little boost in cash and food assistance. You held on to that baby for an additional housing voucher. Is that your reason for keeping the baby? If that was upsetting, that's the same feeling I get every time someone asks, do you truly love that child? You kept that baby just for the money. Howard's fervent reply underscores the gender biases embedded in the critiques directed at her. She emphasizes the hypocrisy in the portrayal of women like herself versus men who have children with several partners. Amidst this personal and legal turmoil, Edwards' financial circumstances play a crucial role in framing the child support talks. He agreed to a 5-year contract extension worth $244,623,120, with a base salary of $42,176,400 for the 2024-25 season. By 2025, his estimated net worth is projected to be $40 million, enhanced by endorsements. Considering the current financial landscape, the child support payments that Edwards may face, while considerable by general benchmarks, should be well within his financial capabilities. Reports indicate that these payments could be approximately $3,200 each month for every child, which would represent only a small percentage of Edwards' total income. It's important to remember that Edwards is managing multiple paternity situations, confirmed to have fathered at least 3 children with different mothers. These include Aaron Ariel Carlisle, born in September 2023, with mother Deja Carlisle; Aubrey Summers Howard, born in October 2024, with mother Isha Howard; and another child with Alexandria Disrochi. The presence of various cases has heightened public curiosity about Edwards' private life and complicated his legal and financial landscape. Balancing relationships with several co-parents while meeting financial responsibilities for multiple children creates difficulties that extend beyond mere money matters. Regarding the jurisdictional conflict between Edwards and Howard, reports suggest that the court decided California did not have jurisdiction, transferring the case to Georgia. This was a legal win for Edwards, who had contended that Georgia was the right venue for the proceedings. As the case advances in Georgia, attention will turn to determining suitable child support and custody agreements. The specific terms of these agreements are likely to remain confidential, but considering Edwards' considerable earnings, the child support payments would almost certainly be significant. Amidst the legal disputes and personal conflicts, it's noteworthy that Edwards' performance on the court has stayed impressive. A 3-time All-Star and gold medalist with the 2024 U.S. Olympic squad, he continues to thrive in his career, even as scrutiny surrounds his personal affairs. This ability to separate career achievements from personal struggles is a common trait among elite athletes. Many successfully divide their lives, performing at a high level in their sport, while managing intricate personal matters behind the scenes. In our continued examination of Anthony Edwards' circumstances, the truth surrounding the viral speculation reveals a tangled narrative of personal connections, court disputes, and societal discussions. This narrative extends well beyond mere allegations regarding a substantial child support payment and delves into larger themes of parental duty, financial responsibilities, and the difficulties of handling private matters publicly. Considerations in larger context. After analyzing the viral speculation regarding Anthony Edwards' purported $1 million child support payment and the genuine legal and personal dynamics between him and Isha Howard, it's crucial to take a step back and reflect on the wider ramifications of this narrative. To begin, we must confront the central issue at hand, the viral speculation itself. How did a misleading story about Edwards supposedly fronting $1,080,000 in child support gain such significant momentum? The reason stems from the influential world of social media, the allure of celebrity, and our shared interest in the private affairs of well-known figures. In this digital era, false information can disseminate rapidly. A single message can captivate millions in mere hours, particularly when connected to someone as notable as Edwards. The original claim that he had prepaid 18 years of child support resonated with multiple captivating elements: a famous figure, an enormous sum, and an intriguing personal narrative. Additionally, this rumor resonated with already established facts about Edwards' paternity challenges, lending it credibility to those who closely monitor his life. This occurrence, where inaccurate details are accepted as true due to their harmony with existing beliefs, likely plays a significant role in the proliferation of false narratives. Additionally, the assertion regarding Edwards' purported compensation was precise and thorough. $1,080,000 spread across 18 years, or about $5,000 monthly. Such exactitude gave the speculation a veneer of credibility, making it more convincing to bystanders. After all, if an individual invested effort into figuring out the precise figure, there must be a kernel of truth within, doesn't it? Not all. As we have discovered, Howard explicitly refuted these claims, clearly asserting that such an arrangement was never in place. However, before her denial could gain momentum, the gossip had already circulated extensively, illustrating the difficulty of rectifying falsehoods once they proliferate. This scenario calls attention to the duty of social media networks, content creators, and individuals to verify facts prior to dissemination. Moreover, it emphasizes the necessity of media literacy in the current information environment, where separating truth from falsehood can become increasingly challenging. Beyond the viral speculation, the situation involving Edwards, Howard, and his other paternity matters reveals wider societal concerns related to celebrity parenthood, financial obligations, and public opinion. Edwards' apparent hesitance towards fatherhood, as hinted at in his messages to Howard, has ignited conversations regarding parental duty and the ramifications of absent fathers in children's lives. The dialogue on the Joe Biden podcast concerning Edwards' predicament explored these ideas, highlighted by one host calling the decision to disengage from a child as childish Howard. This viewpoint underscores a cultural norm that fathers ought to actively participate in their offspring's upbringing, irrespective of the context of conception. Although monetary assistance is crucial, numerous voices assert that a father's involvement and emotional connection are just as, if not more, essential. Edwards' case is not an anomaly among sports figures and celebrities. Numerous well-known personalities encounter paternity disputes and child support responsibilities, frequently involving several partners. The financial ramifications in these scenarios can be profound, even for well-paid individuals like Edwards. For young athletes who rise to fame and wealth early on, navigating personal relationships and obligations can prove particularly challenging. The influx of money, media scrutiny, and new opportunities may foster an atmosphere where the long-term impact of choices isn't always apparent. Considering Edwards' overall public persona, his paternity challenges are just one facet of his contentious history. In 2022, Edwards faced backlash for making homophobic comments on Instagram, labeling a group of men as queer and using a racial slur. This resulted in a $40,000 penalty from the NBA and a public statement of regret from Edwards. In a recent post on X, Edwards expressed, "My words were thoughtless, damaging, and disrespectful, and I sincerely regret it. No one, including myself, should resort to that kind of language in a hurtful manner. There's simply no justification for it. I know I was taught better than that." This ongoing controversy, coupled with his current paternity challenges, has formed a complex and intricate public persona for Anthony Edwards. With remarkable athletic skill and an appealing presence, Edwards has garnered a loyal following that values not only his performance during games, but also his charm off the court. However, ongoing controversies have sparked concerns regarding his judgment and growth outside the sport. For the Timberwolves, navigating the public relations implications of Edwards' personal issues presents a significant challenge. As the franchise's representative, his reputation impacts the team's perception. While no official comments have been issued about the paternity matters, it's clear the organization is attentively monitoring the situation as it unfolds. His sponsorship agreements and future career opportunities might also be at stake. Companies tend to be very wary of athletes associated with unfavorable headlines, particularly when those headlines revolve around personal issues rather than athletic ability. Nonetheless, Edwards' on-court achievements have been impressive. A three-time All-Star, he's putting up an average of 27.3 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 4.6 assists per game, demonstrating that the distractions outside the arena haven't affected his performance. Therefore, even if the speculation about $1 million child support payment holds water, let's keep things clear. Edwards can manage, just as we mentioned. Any chatter about his homelessness is just that, chatter. Right now, it feels more like conjecture than concrete facts. However, one thing is undeniable. As the saga continues, this narrative is just beginning. We appreciate your viewing. If you like this video, tap one of the boxes appearing on your screen to discover more content like this.